scientist friend. Welcome back to another episode of Kinetic Crystal. Today we are doing something super exciting and it's for the fall. Woo! Oh yeah, and I'm an actual scientist. Have you ever wondered why leaves on the trees change colors in the fall? I mean, I know I've thought about it. Well, today we are gonna do an experiment that will show us all of the colors in a leaf and learn why that happens. Are you ready to learn? Let's have fun. First, let me tell you what you're gonna need to do today's experiment. You're going to need a couple of leaves from the same tree. I have two different types of trees with me today, or leaves. You'll need rubbing alcohol, some hot water, a bowl, 2 little cups to put the leaves in. I have these little beakers because it's so cute. We have a real lab in here now. And you'll need some plastic wrap. Let's get started. Leaves contain what's called chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is a substance that is in the leaves that give it that green color. Or really any plant that you see the green, that is chlorophyll. It's also a really important factor in helping a plant absorb light and creating energy and giving it its nutrients. A plant has to have chlorophyll in order for it to grow and thrive. Chlorophyll gives such a strong green color that it dominates any other colors that may be found within a plant. In the fall, the chlorophyll in the leaves start to break down, and that allows all the other colors you may see come out of the leaf. The red, the orange, the yellows, or maybe just the brown. I live in Southern California, so I don't see too many leaves that are changing colors. So I'm hoping one of the leaves that I picked is going to show us some of those. So if you live in one of those areas that there's so many colors on the tree, the reds and the orange and yellow, let's see about breaking down the chlorophyll in our leaves and doing our own experiment and seeing what other colors are there. What colors come out of the leaves? Have you seen the trees around your neighborhood changing colors? Then this exercise will be so good for you. All right, so I have my materials gathered. Hopefully you have your materials gathered too. The first thing we're gonna do is to break up our leaves and put it into our little containers. So let's break it up real good. This tree I picked off of because it did look like they had some leaves that were orange or reddish, so I'm really hoping we'll see some cool colors. I think that might be enough. I picked a lot of leaves though. Oh, I forgot the coffee filter. You need a coffee filter, which I don't have a coffee filter, so I'm gonna use a paper towel. My coffee filter is brown, which isn't gonna help. Well, all right, so there's one leaf, and then this is really big. This is from a fig tree. And its leaves are turning yellow right now. So we should see green and yellow when we do this. And you want to break it up into pretty small pieces. We're going to mash it too. It's fun. But that way, that looks good. Making a mess like always. All right, so we have our 2 leaves. Now we're going to pour our rubbing alcohol to cover the leaves. Just until they're covered, okay? I think I got my towel. Did y'all see that? All right, that looks like enough. Okay. Swish it around. Now, fun part, we're going to take a spoon and mash them. We want to keep mashing and breaking up the leaves until our alcohol turns a nice dark green. This is the most important step. So really take your time to really mash it up, because we're getting that chlorophyll out. This fig leaf is tough. Bring in reinforcements. I have this spoon that's for grapefruits. So it's got these little teeth on it, and I thought maybe that'll help. It's starting to turn green. My arm's getting tired. All right, this is pretty green, so let's see about the next one. Trying to bunch it in the corner so it's easier to mash them all. Whew. Okay, I have them mashed as well as I can. There we go. That was a serious arm workout, so be prepared. Next, we're going to cover them up with some plastic wrap. Now we're gonna put it in your bowl. And now we're gonna pour the hot water into the bowl. And I'm just pouring it to cover where our leaves are. So that's about even. Now we're gonna let this sit for 30 minutes to an hour. The longer, the better. Let's let it sit and we'll come back in an hour and do the next step. Okay, so it's been about 50 minutes. I came and I swirled them around occasionally, maybe twice during that time to really get everything out. Now what we're going to do is take our coffee filter, or I have my paper towel, and cut 2 strips because I have 2 different containers. All right, so I have my 2 strips. Now we can take these out. Man, they're 2 different colors, which is very cool already. This is like a lighter green, and that's like Jolly Rancher green. I'm gonna uncover it, and now you're gonna place the strip in it. And we're gonna let it absorb. Now we're gonna let it sit for about an hour to let the alcohol go up and the color go up. So we will come back in an hour and see how it looks. And we'll also have to let it dry. So more waiting. That's science, patience. Okay, so I allowed our paper towel to sit into our alcohol mixture for about an hour and to let the colors climb up our paper towel. And what's actually happening is as the alcohol evaporates, we see the color. So I let this one right here were for 1 hour. I hope you see it. You see the light green line and a bolder green line, and then I laid it out to dry. I also let it sit for about 8 or 9 hours. I went to work, and you'll see how much more color came out. Isn't this amazing? If you look real carefully, you'll see the green line. There's a little bit of yellow, and then it turned into more of like a yellow orange. And this one, it's green, and then there's some yellow there, some orangey, and then more yellow. So I think this is super fascinating. It worked. So again, these sat in our mixture for about 9 hours, and then I laid it out to dry so that we could look at it and observe. So I hope you do this experiment with me. Find some leaves, mash them up, and do some science. All right, until next time, bye.